tell you a story about my mother. I got a lot of stories about my mother. My mother was a badass, but anyway, it was back in the 1980s, and yes, I know a lot of you weren't born then. I don't want to hear about it. We were sitting at lunch with a girlfriend of hers. We were talking about school. She asked me where I went to law school. I said UPenn, and then she went on this long thing about, oh, I thought you went to Harvard undergrad. I said, well, I did, but I didn't get into Harvard Law. And then she went on and on about, oh, that's so surprising. Rarely does that happen. And first of all, that ain't true. And she just was going on and on about what a failure it was to go to Harvard undergrad and not to Harvard Law. And my mother turned around, looked at her and said, girl, you don't know the half of it. That child went to Harvard, never went to class, never did any work. She was a bum. She wasn't doing anything. She wasn't even going to go to law school until my husband threatened her, throw her out of the house unless she went to some graduate school. So she just ran off, took the LSAT, and she's lucky she got into any Ivy League school at all. And I did. I got into Penn. And so we got home, and I said, Mom, why did you agree with that woman so readily? When she was trying to insult me, she said she wasn't trying to insult you. She was trying to insult me. Her issue was, I know what her children did, and it's not nearly as impressive as what your sister, who's a doctor, and you, who's a lawyer, did. So she was trying to make her feel better by making me feel worse. But since I know the truth, you can't hurt me with that truth. Because I did what I did, you did what you did, and her kids still didn't do anything nearly as cool. The lesson being as follows. First of all, own your weak so other people can't whoop you with it. That's number one. And number two, never snatch a failure out of the jaws of victory by allowing other people to redefine what happened to you. My mother never let anybody else's feel mess with her feel. She was emotionally independent. And she taught me to do it too. It's worth a try.